The Air Jordan 14 Ferrari is finally set to return in June 2025. In this video, I'm going to go over everything you need to know about this shoe, including the release date, where to buy, availability, my thoughts about the craftsmanship and the materials. As well, I'm going to do an unboxing and show off some more upcoming releases for June 2025. What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, and in this video, I'm going to go over the 2025 Air Jordan 14 Ferrari. Everything you need to know about this shoe will be in this video, including the release date, where to buy, availability. We're going to go over a little bit of history. This shoe does have some history. Also, I'm going to do an unboxing and just give you my thoughts about the shoe. Now, as for the release date, this pair is scheduled to drop on June 14th. Initially, they were supposed to drop on June 11th, but Nike decided to delay the shoes a couple days, well, 3 days. And they will be available in adult sizing for $215. Unfortunately, the retail price has gone up $5. Initially, they were supposed to be $210, and they're also going to drop in grade school sizes. The retail price will be $160. I know a lot of people are waiting for the Grape Air Jordan 5 to be released this month, but this is my #1 release in June, second release in 2025. So as you can see, it does come with the OG style box. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the original pair to compare with, but I did pick up some shoes, so I'm going to unbox those. But these are the Air Jordan 14 Ferrari. They really don't need an introduction, but I just felt like saying it. Super nice in my opinion. Now, I've been hearing a lot of negative talk about the shoes, and for me, I think I'm just so happy that I'm actually owning them. So for me, this is a super dope pickup. The 14, obviously my #1 sneaker, and I don't own the original release, so I'm happy about the shoes. Now, you know, looking at images and things like that, oh, don't worry, I'll show you the insoles in a little bit. They're, you know, the suede isn't as great, but again, I'm just looking at images, right? And the color is a little bit different, but overall, I'm really happy with them. And I think that, you know, just has to do with the fact that I've never owned them. And there is some, you know, imperfections. You're going to see the glue stains right in there. Noticing them in hand. Now, I did unboxing some glue stains right there. I did an unboxing in another video. I think it was the Jordan 3 Rare Air video. So this isn't my first time looking at them. Now, they do come with tissue paper wrapped up. I took those off because they're really annoying when I'm doing unboxing videos. So no comparison with these, unfortunately, because the individual who I was supposed to get them from, that he re-dyed the upper, so it wouldn't be accurate. But there are 2 more shoes that I picked up today, and I wanted to unbox them. One I plan on doing a short of, the other a full-on review. But let me go grab those shoes really quick. Now, for this pair, the colorway isn't bad, but I do have some issues with it, and I've said this in 2 other videos now. This will be the 3rd, but at least with this, I can show you. So one issue is I hate that it just comes with this standard Nike box. We're paying $250 for a pair of shoes that I think is really high in my opinion. Now, these are nice. The color blocking, that is, it's simple. It's white. It's like a matte finish to it. Now, obviously, my #1 issue in a lot of people is the midsole right here. It's just, there really isn't one. It just, it's supposed to come up like this, or like a little bit right there. So the newer retros, they don't do that. I don't know why. It's annoying. But see the guts inside, the shroud. Now, what I don't like about this shoe is this chrome plate. It's really cheap looking. It's not even chrome. It feels plastic. So paying $250 for this shoe, that's crazy in my opinion. Colorway is dope, but the materials do not match up, in my opinion, for a $250 shoe. And I love the Flight Posit. I think it's a great model. Some people don't like it. In 9th grade, I had the original, the green pair, going into my freshman year. I remember wearing it on orientation day. a great shoe. Great shoe. I just, you got to put in some more, better quality stuff. You're going to charge $250. Now, since I got this out of the way, I want to show you that. This is the shoe I'm going to be doing a short of. Oh, I didn't even notice this. They come with extra laces at the bottom. Black laces. So, the other shoe I'm going to do a review on, as well as a comparison. Happy to pick these up. Give me 1 second, I'll show you those. For a lot of people, this is their #1 release in June. And it's a dope shoe. I already took a peek at them, but they're really nice. Let me open these bad boys up. Been waiting to get these in hand. The Air Jordan 5 Grape. Now, I do own... Which pairs do I own? The 2006 I do own. And then I own the previous... Not the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't own that one. But the previous retro. Both of them have Nike Air on it. I forgot what year. It just slipped my mind. But these are better than both of those. These are better than the Will Smith as well. Leather is pretty soft. See the crinkles. Dope shoe. A lot of history behind it. I know a lot of you are anticipating this release. Ooh, I am too. Now, I got to go digging pretty soon, because if I want to do a comparison, which I do plan on, then I need to find those shoes. And I think I have one of them at my office right now. And the other one, I think is in storage. I think the 2006 is in storage. Very dope shoe. Very dope shoe. I love that they're bringing back OG colorways of the 5s. Fire Red, my #1 release in 2025. That's just a dope shoe. But now, let's move on to the Air Jordan 14 Ferrari. Okay, so for some of the history about this shoe. Now, this isn't an original colorway. The pair was first dropped in 2014. Now, when they initially dropped, they were released in Chicago. And then about a month or so later on, they were released at more retailers across the globe. Okay, so to bring you in for a closer look, as you could see, this pair features red suede across the upper, which the pair is known for. Now the suede, it's not bad, but if we're comparing to the original release, and again, I don't own the original pair, but I've seen images and talked to many people, they say that the quality isn't like the 2014 pair. Again, I'm happy with this release, but it's worth noting. Now, another thing is the carbon fiber detailing on the midsole. Now, I always like that about this shoe. Really dope in my opinion. This is just plastic. It's not metal or anything like that. It's done in metallic silver. Another thing that I do like about the pair is the Ferrari inspired emblem that is done in yellow. We have a little bit of silver in there, but the Jumpman is done in black. Now, let's bring you to the heel. Bring it out a little bit. As you can see, we have the number 23 that is done in yellow. The Jumpman is done in yellow as well. The backdrop is done in black. The overall tread of the backdrop resembles that of tires. Up top, we have a little bit of black as well. And then just down at the bottom, it's like almost like a neon oxidized shade. But bring it to the medial side. Once again, we have red suede up top. It's a shaggy red suede. More carbon fiber detailing on the midsole. And then the areas where it's not carbon fiber, we have black. And then the midfoot plate, we do have silver. So you can see the vent too, right up in there. That's a little small detail that I always liked about the shoe. But let me move this out the way. Just get you a clean shot of that toe box. Now I'll move to the top of the toe. All red, we have a black Jumpman, and then the tongue itself done in suede, all black. The laces are black as well, and then up top we have Jordan, and the bar is done in yellow. Now they do come with a lot of shoes are coming with this lately. So this says, please note, due to the suede characteristic, please be aware there is potential color contamination to the upper and bottom unit. And that was really tucked away. I almost didn't even notice that. But all black in the liner. I did pull out the insoles, as you could see. So let me show you the insole real quick. All black. Jumpman's done in white. Here's the opposite side to legit check. That's new. I don't see that too often. What is that? Reverie? I can't even pronounce that. If you know what that is, let me know down below. They do come with tissue paper as well. Now, another thing about this shoe is the lace tips. I don't know if the original pair came with metal lace tips, but these are plastic. It's warm to the touch. It's not cold. Kind of unfortunate. I know the original Jordan 14s, they always came with metal lace tips, something I liked. And then to the outsole. As you can see, we have mostly black throughout. Yellow where it reads XIV. In the midfoot area, we have silver, and then the Jumpman is done in red. Now, we'll do a once over, and then from here, I mean, we're going to get to the outro, give you my thoughts. It's not going to be a too long video just because I don't have anything to compare it with, unfortunately. It's a dope shoe, though. I'm happy with the colorway. It's just, you know, I get it when people get, you know, upset when I talk about a shoe and I kind of down talk about it, saying, you know, what's wrong with it and things like that. And they're like, well, I don't care. I'm still going to buy it. You know, with this shoe, that's how I feel. Like, I don't really care. I'm going to buy it. Technically, I already bought it, but that's besides the point. And, you know, for me, this is definitely double up worthy just because it's one of my favorite non-OG 14 colorways. My first being the black and university blue pair, which is returning next year. I definitely plan on grabbing another pair of those. But let's get on to the outro, give you my thoughts, and so forth. Alright, so that was your overview, unboxing, a little bit of history, and so forth of the Air Jordan 14 Ferrari. Now, just to recap, this pair will drop on June 14th. The retail price in adult sizing is $215, grade school cost $160. Now, there is some hype for this shoe. Can't lie about that. A lot of people like this colorway, especially when they initially dropped in 2014, and I'm seeing a lot of people talk about it. Now, as far as where you can buy the shoes, they're going to be available on the Sneakers app. They're going to be pretty much available at every Jordan brand retailer. This isn't a limited drop. Well, let me take that back. This isn't like a collaboration where there's less pairs produced. Now, when we're comparing this shoe to, let's say, the Air Jordan 3 Rare Air or even the Air Jordan 4 White Cement, there's going to be less pairs. Now, Jordan Brand is known for producing less pairs of the Air Jordan 14. As much as I hate to say it, it is a shoe that isn't as loved as like the Air Jordan 4, the Air Jordan 3, the 5, the 6, the 11, and so forth. A lot of people don't like Jordans past the number 13. Now, I know there's going to be people in the comment section saying they love the 14, and I appreciate that because this is a model that is my number one. Every 14 that has been released, I really tried to go after. I'm actually missing one of the women's pairs that recently dropped, and I believe the cool gray pair. I didn't pick those up for some reason. I'm still looking for them at a good price. I know they're not super expensive, but I don't want to overpay as well. With that being said, even though they're going to be available at pretty much every Jordan Brand retailer, there is some hype for them. Plus, Jordan Brand does produce less pairs, more than collaborations, but less pairs than, let's say, your Jordan 3 and 4. So this will be somewhat of a difficult pair to obtain, in my opinion. Not super difficult. Of course, if you enter the raffles, you should be good if you enter a good amount. If you wake up early, like I always say, you should be good as well. But this is also a pair that kind of goes beyond just sneakerheads. A lot of people who just want to wear a fresh pair and can appreciate shoes, they're going to go after this pair. The all red upper does attract a lot of people, but if you miss out at retail, which I think a lot of you will hit if you really want them, then wait to buy at resale, because for this shoe, yes, resale will be a little bit high, but in about a month or two, it comes down. That's usually what happens. Sometimes it doesn't happen. For example, the Air Jordan 4 Brick by Brick by Nigel Sylvester, that pair just kept going up. Now it's like 600. But that's also a rare case. And in my opinion as well, there's going to be restocks. Pretty much every shoe that has released, I've seen multiple restocks of, with the exception of the Nigel 4s. I know Nigel was doing a charity auction type thing where you buy raffle tickets, but that's totally different. So if you miss out, just be patient. Now, as far as the quality goes, like I mentioned, a lot of people say it's not up to par with the original release. They're saying the suede isn't as nice. And from images, it kind of looks that way. But again, if you own the OG pair and you grab these, that would be the best way to judge it. I don't think me saying that the suede is better on the 14 pair is something that I should even say from my mouth, even though I'm looking at images and it kind of looks like it. just because I don't have them in hand. Now, the craftsmanship, that's a different story. Yes, these do have glue stains. Some of it has gone on the upper, which glue stains on suede does stick out, so it kind of sucks in that part. So if you can, definitely try to pick these up in store. So at least you have the opportunity to check them out. If they have a ton of glue stains, just ask for another pair. And hopefully, or at least they should have another pair in your size unless you're like at the back of the line or something. But let me know your thoughts on the Air Jordan 14 Ferrari. Are you planning on picking this pair up or are you passing? For me, a definite pickup. I'm looking to potentially get another pair, but it's just so hard to double up with all these releases coming in 2024. I know you guys know what I mean. There's just so many. And then in a week, or actually 2 weeks from this recording, we have the release of the Grape Air Jordan 5. And then the other shoe that I really want this month is the Nike Air Tech Challenge 2 Tart, also known as Stone Blue. Also the Haley Wilson Nike SB Dunk Low. I believe those already dropped. I haven't picked them up yet, but I may still pick those up. I don't know. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this pair down below. This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com. Greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you have a second and haven't done so already, also appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. Also, for upcoming videos, I do plan on doing a news video on Monday. Now, there is some pretty big news that I just received. I'm just confirming the colorway on the shoe before I announce it, because it potentially could be 2 colorways, but I need to make sure which one is confirmed. But if you're watching, just to give you guys a hint, it is from Deion Sanders' signature line. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.